All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to hack your memory. We're breaking down some seriously powerful strategies, backed by science and even ancient history, to completely transform how you revise and lock information into your long-term memory for good.
But first, let's start with a quick little test. Think about a 10 rupee note. It's something you've probably seen, thousands of times in your life? My question is, could you draw it accurately right now from memory?
If you're like most people, the answer is probably not. And that right there proves a super important point. Just because you've seen something over and over and over again doesn't mean you actually know it. And that, my friends, is the great revision myth. Yeah, this is the core problem with how pretty much 99% of students revise. We completely mistake the feeling of familiarity for actual knowledge. You've probably felt this, right? Students usually hit one of three walls. It's either, I have absolutely no time, or this is so boring, I literally fall asleep at my desk. Or the big one, I just don't know the right way to do it. See, the biggest mistake we all make is passive rereading. Just running your eyes over the same notes again and again. It feels productive, but it's just creating an illusion of knowledge. The solution? It's something called active recall. This is where you force your brain to pull the information out. That's what actually builds strong memory pathways. Okay, so how do we fix this? Let's jump into our first set of hacks. These are designed to fight that boredom and actually make revisions stick. First up, we're going to go way back, like ancient Vedic science back. This method is brilliant for fighting sleepiness, and it's based on two really simple ideas: Shruti, which means to hear, and Smrti, which means to remember. So here's how you do it. It's super simple. Number one, get up. Seriously, get out of your chair, walk around, and read your notes out loud. The movement and the sound engage way more of your brain. And number two, visualize. As you're reading, create a little movie in your head about the concepts. Turn those abstract ideas into pictures.
All right, next up is the audio technique. And this one is backed by some really cool research that shows we remember information best when we hear it in our own voice. We're talking about a memory boost of over 50%.
And all you have to do is pull out your phone and record yourself explaining a chapter just like you were teaching it to a friend. Later on, you just pop in your earphones and listen. It's an incredible way to revise without even feeling like you're studying. A total game changer for those really dense, theory-heavy subjects. Okay, but what about the biggest excuse of all? I have no time. Well, here's how we solve that. It's all about consistency, not cramming. Just think about it like this. Would you try to chug 50 liters of water in one day and then drink nothing for a month? Of course not. It would be useless. Well, revision works exactly the same way. It has to be a small, daily habit. And how much time do you need for this habit? Just this. 10 minutes. And here's the rule. It's called the 10-minute rule. It's so simple but so powerful. Right after a lecture or after you finish studying something new, you just take 10 minutes immediately to go over it. This one little action starts the process of moving that info from your fragile short-term memory into solid long-term memory. But here's the catch. You can't just reread. That's the old way. We're doing active recall. So you quickly read your notes, then you close the book, and you force your brain to replay what you just learned. And while you do that, get in the habit of underlining the absolute most important key words. You're going to need those later. Okay, so let's fast forward. You've been doing this 10-minute review every day. Now it's the night before the exam. What do? This is where everything comes together into a killer long-term strategy. The old you would probably try to reread everything from scratch, right? Panic mode. But the new you is much smarter. First, you're just going to read those keywords you underlined every day. That's way faster. Then, and this is crucial, you immediately shift your focus to practicing questions. You're going to test your knowledge, not just review it.
And this, my friends, is where we get to the real secret sauce, the topper's secret. It's called the Spotlight Method, and it's all about revising smarter, not harder, by shining a light on exactly where you need to focus.
As you practice, you're going to use a simple color code. Green is for questions you nailed easily, yellow is for ones you got right but it took you a while, and red is for anything you got wrong. Now here's the magic trick. You literally stop studying the green stuff. You've mastered it. Move on. Your only job is to go back and relearn the concepts behind your red questions from scratch. Think of all the time you'll save.
So, let's put it all together. How does this whole thing become your personal path to mastery?
There's a saying that goes, everyone finishes the syllabus. The real topper is the one who revises. See, when you combine that daily 10-minute rule for building memory with the pre-exam spotlight method for laser-focused practice, you've built a complete system. It's not about studying more. It's about making smart, active revision the heart of everything you do. So the big takeaway here is that revision isn't just some boring chore. It's an active skill, something you can build and master. It's the difference between just glancing at that 10 rupee note and actually knowing every single detail on it. You're not just reading anymore. You're actively building your memory. So the only question left is, what's the first topic you're going to put in the spotlight?